What's going on, guys? You're here back again with another video. Today we are reacting to Kagurabachi. We're on chapter 72, titled Future. Now there is a break next week, so Hogazono, take a good rest. Thank you for all the hard work. 72 chapters in a row. We're in an interesting backstory, learning more about some more. I guess we're getting not the origins of the war, but what happened before the war started. So let's jump in. And we see the leader of the Shaku right in front of some more. Give me a break. My ex-wife's week just finished. I'm so sorry, but I simply had to thank the great hero. The Setai War started when they invaded. Ooh, they look crazy. The citizens of that small country were bloodthirsty savages by nature. Their bodies were resistant to Densetsukai. Their invasion advanced steadily. As everyone knows, our heroes and their enchanted blades turned the tides. The heroes succeeded in eradicating the citizens of that nefarious small country. Thanks to our heroes, every last one of them was wiped out. I have a feeling there's one left. I have a feeling there's probably one or a few of them left. Our country was protected. The sin you people committed and the disaster that will befall. I don't think that's what you came here to say. Yes, I know the truth. The event that led up to the eradication. The story the public doesn't know. Is this why he's saying they weren't heroes? When the Tsunuchi emerged, it turned the tables on the enemy. We waged a powerful counteroffense, rapidly driving them back. Okay, doing the Tsunuchi. So this is the blade that was locked up. The heroes encroached into the enemy's territory, and at this point, the end of the war was in sight. The enemy flew a white flag. Bloodthirsty savages were bloodthirsty savages. We were taught to call them that from our textbooks, but in reality, human beings are individuals. Psychologically, that small nation inhabitants had a unique genetic resistance to the Densetsukai, but they were still human. The royal family who led the invasion were disposed. They chose to surrender. They killed them after the surrender. In order to prevent further casualties, they signed a treaty, and for a time, peace was established. No. The first user, that's why he's locked up. No, they must be annihilated. One of the heroes who had trod over countless corpses during that war went berserk. Oh, the strongest of the enchanted blades responded. The true realm of the enchanted blade confirms it to its master. Malediction. The abilities of that sword master invoked were the force of pure obliteration. In the immensity of that power, the Tsunuchi and the sword master consumed each other. Oh! Then all reason vanished, and the calamity that ensured was beyond virtue or evil. The calamity that besets that small nation laid waste roughly 200,000 lives from the Tsunuchi alone. It was only afterwards that the other 5 enchanted blade bearers were able to stop him. Okay, so they had to fight him afterwards. The sword masters remain locked away to this day. That's the real story of the cleansing of that country. The truth is, the sword master is the worst murderer who ever lived. Yes. But this country was still in chaos from reeling in that invasion. To reestablish stability and to avoid further confusion, they hid the truth. To enshrine the sword master as a hero who defeated an evil enemy. How much does he know? How can we blame them? It was for the good of the future. Yes, the future. As for the reason for my visit, I come to deliver a prophecy. A prophecy? As long as the sword master lives, that calamity known as malediction will occur again in the near future in this country. Oh, man, what? Semichi Samura, you have a job to do. That's why they asked them to kill all of them for the future. And he disappears, and his daughter comes out. You're awake? Who was that? A calamity. a job to do. Do you have to go somewhere, Dad? You heard that? I'm not going anywhere. He looks back, and they're gone. Well, kind of looks back. Kaminami headquarters. Long time no see, Samura. It's not like you reached out. Yo, you age. Hobbling like an old geezer. Aren't you cheeky? I'm pretty spry for a young old man. Care to spar? No, I'll pass. Was the matcher wrenching gonna knock you me silly? I remember when he was training Shiba and Azami to fight. This man knew the truth about the sword masters. So, that's so. Only the core members of the Kabunabi and the nation's highest echelon know that. Perhaps he was involved back then. His voice and scent were unfamiliar. And this man, who knew the truth, said that the malediction would beset the country's necks. A prophecy, huh? Well, it's like the dream of the monk Tenrakuin? I think it's Tenrakuin. A sort of divination with no clear evidence. A possible disaster, in other words. So it's possible. To prevent such a thing, the sword master has been imprisoned deep underground, and the Shinichi has been sealed and isolated in a separate place, so that the two can never come in contact. But as long as the sword master and the Shinichi remain in this world, that possibility exists. To extinguish it completely, we will have to execute the sword master. But as you know, that's not possible. The eternal contracts. These life and death spells are immensely sophisticated. It would have been extremely cumbersome to enact multiple spells at once. For that reason, Rokuhira used the Shinichi as its core to assign it to a master, his most trusted ally. Like a master-slave configuration, he linked them together to establish the contracts. Because of this configuration, the sword master and the nucleus dies. The body of the other linked sword bearers would detonate. Within days, they too will perish. Like shoji pieces that fall when the king falls, the enchanted blade bearers accept that risk as they enter the war. This is crazy. This is crazy. How could they know their comrade would become their enemy? If we execute the sword master, you and the other contracted owners of the enchanted blades will die. But if we don't do something, calm down. This isn't like you. Yes, I understand. You're caring too much for your daughter now. So that's why you're concerned for the future. Yes, the possibility exists, but it's extremely slim. Very few people know that the sword master and the Shinichi are under the tightest security imaginable. As long as the sword master and the Shinichi are sealed and isolated, there are no concerns. We don't need to sacrifice your lives for such slim possibilities. What the sword master did is a horrible crime. We must somehow atone for it. But to the very end, the rest of you fought to save the citizens, not to kill the enemy. You are heroes. You've done enough. Let us handle the rest. And you and your daughter have futures to live for. Alright, and we're in class, and we see his daughter knock the blade out. Ayori. She has her eyes closed, but she can somehow sense the target. How? Taken up for her father. She's constantly imitating me. I guess she's getting the knack of it. The knack? Actually, she seemed more afraid when she opened her eyes. Closing her eyes eliminates the extraneous thoughts. She can quietly concentrate and focus on wielding the sword. Incredible. Well, she is the daughter of the great hero Shinichi Samura. Dad, did you see that? Yes, well done. Right? I'm going to be the best fighter ever, and I'll protect you, Dad. You can live for the future. Is that so? Well, I can't wait. This was a very, very good chapter, and he is leaving us for a week. Bro, Hokuzono really, this is crazy. This is really crazy, but I'm really invested in more of what this world has to bring. But if you guys want to see more Kagurabachi, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, that way you'll know when it's out. If you like the video, give it a like. If not, give it a dislike. Doesn't really matter to me. If you want to see more of me, catch me on Twitter at Ifyouknowyuno. And until then, you know where to find you know.